Okay, hi there, beautiful souls. Grada Robertson here. I am the co-founder of the Purple House Wellness Center, and also I am the author of the book You Are the Miracle: How Being Hit by a Truck Saved My Life. That's the story of the first part of my life. If you're interested, I sell the book at the clinic and it's available on Amazon. So every Tuesday this time today I share a little bit of time with my audience to help you go under the surface of what's happening in your life. Like a lot of the time we spend so much effort and energy just staying on the surface, and we don't really understand what's going on below the surface in the subconscious mind. And I love to go there with my clients and just allow whatever is going on there to reveal itself. And usually you feel a lot better when you take a little bit of a nosedive into the subconscious mind. And today I've been inspired to talk about worry and how you can stop worrying, or at least how you can slow that process down. So I grew up, I'll tell you about myself a little bit. I was spoon-fed worry because my mom was addicted to worrying. She believed that the universe or life was just a series of disasters, and you had to prepare for the worst, and you had to outsmart your adversary. And worry was kind of seen as a virtue, like a good thing. It was smart, like if you worried, you were smart, right? And I totally get it, because my mom was born with faulty genes, you could say. So by the time she was 2, she started to develop a hunchback, and by the time she was 5, she had a very severe hunchback, and she had to live a decade strapped in a metal harness. And then during that time also the Second World War happened in Holland, and she was living in the inner city. So I mean, she saw some terrible things, you know, every day. They didn't know if they were going to survive the day or not. And so it's easy to see that worrying became second nature to her. And then of course when she had us, we witnessed how that played out for her in her life, because she was always preparing for the worst. And we were always, a lot of the time, our round the table conversations at tea time were about what would we do if this happened, and what would we do if that happened, always talking about bad things, right? And so I remember we talked about fire. So like we actually had a discussion about what would we do, who would we ring if our factory went up in smoke. My father had a factory next to the house, so he had a breadcrumb factory, and we talked about all the scenarios. Who would we ring first? Would we ring this fire brigade or that fire brigade, and what would we do? And of course, lo and behold, it wasn't long after, maybe could have been a half year or a year later, my father's or parents' factory did go up in smoke. Lucky it was a wind still night, in the middle of the night. I think it might have been July, so summertime in Holland. And lucky for us there was no wind, because the building was close to the house, and before we realized what was happening, the whole thing went up in smoke. Now I remember that as one of the biggest traumas of my life, right? So worry isn't in a sense natural. Like we're not born with like the tendency to worry, to mull things over and over. But what happens is we experience a trauma. That trauma is so big for us, we don't know what to do with it, especially in our childhood, and we push it under, so it goes into the subconscious. The subconscious mind keeps it hidden from us so we can live our normal lives, but it creates a sense of unease in the body, right? And so even consciously we're not thinking about the topic anymore, but subconsciously it's eating away at us. And shrinks our ability to enjoy the good times as well. And we are attracting the same thing back into our lives, because we've got that frequency running the show in our body, right? So we all understand probably that worry is not a good thing. It doesn't feel good to us. it creates problems in our body, problems in our relationships, it keeps us in pain, and it's not smart, even though we've been led to believe it's a smart thing to do, to worry and to be prepared. It's not a smart thing. So, and it causes a lot of pain in your body. So I saw that with my mom after she turned 45. She had a relatively good life, relatively speaking, and then her health got a lot worse after that, and then she had like 30 years of pain, and then she died from cancer at age 74, right? And so I want to be different to that, and I am different to my mom, but I still know that I inherited the tendency to worry, and thankfully my children don't have it as strong as I have. So I think the more history, the closer you are to a previous world war, the more history you'll have in your body, or some sort of terrible family trauma. So what can we do? How can we snap out of it? So first of all, it is admitting to yourself, I know that worrying isn't a good thing, it isn't smart, it isn't noble, and I want to change it, right? That has to come first. Secondly, when you catch yourself worrying, don't suppress it, because whatever you suppress or repress or resist, whatever you resist persists. So it's just going to come back and bite you in the bum. So here is something you can do. You can put your hands together like this and rest your arms on your chest. And just by putting your hands together like this, if this is too hard, you can simply go like this. Connects your left and right brain hemisphere and puts it into a coherent thinking pattern. So coherent is the opposite to uncoherent, right? So coherent is the opposite to scrambled, and worry scrambles your brain. So this, just putting hands together like this, helps you to unscramble your brain. And then by resting it on your heart center, where I have mine, helps the brain to get in touch with the heart. Now, literally the heart center has different energy to your brain. It's way more powerful, way more connected to source or God, and way more connected to truth. And the ultimate truth is that the universe is your friend, right? So Einstein, he knew that the universe was his best friend. And he had a very high IQ, we all know about Einstein. But only 10% of the world population believes that the universe is your friend. And there is 10% of the population believes the universe is literally out to punish you at every corner. I think my mom was one of those people. And then 80% of the population believes the universe is indifferent, that it doesn't care about you, that, you know, you just live your life and in a disconnected way because nobody cares, which is not true. The universe is actually your best friend, and you could say the bank of benevolence. It's a benevolent energy that wants to support you, and your heart knows that, okay? So just rest your hands on your heart, and then it's already pretty well impossible when you're like this to worry about something. So you can try that now. Just give it a go and bring to mind something that's been nagging you, that you've been worrying about. Could be to do with paying a bill, worrying about the health of a child, worrying about relationships, worrying about world affairs, the war in Russia and the Ukraine, worrying about your own body. And just by doing this action, you can stop your body. Literally, it cuts out the worry. It's the cut-out switch. So just try that, and try really hard now to think about your worst worry. You can even breathe into your body. And you'll find that you've cut through that chemistry. Okay. You've cut through that chemistry now, like your body is now producing calming peaceful hormones, and the stress hormones are gone. They'll be gone for the next 6 hours, so that gives your body a window period to reset yourself. So that is point one. Point two, if you constantly worry about things, you can do a brain dump. So you get a pen and a piece of paper, write down all your worries, get it off your chest. I remember doing this one time when I was in hospital recovering from the accident, and I was so worried about my kids, and one child in particular, and the nurses gave me paper, and I wrote 6 pages. I was just writing down as fast as I could, like everything, and it took me 6 full pages before I started to feel a shift in my body, like I started, okay, I've released it now. So you can do that. It's very, very important. I promise you, it works like a charm. So just keep writing till you've dumped it all on paper, and you'll feel relieved. Now, if you are really addicted to worrying, like a lot of people are, you can do this regularly, like at least once a week, because it's a habit, and habits are harder to break. Like, you don't just watch meditation once, right? You have to put in a little bit of effort. So then the next thing you can do is, and that works really well too, you write down your legitimate worries. Like, a lot of them are just like needless worry, right? They're useless energy eaters. But you can write down a legitimate one. Let's say, I'm worried about my husband, that he's a walking heart attack. So you write that, and you, on one side of the piece of paper you write self, and on the other side you write universe or God, right? And so you put that, if it's a worry that you feel powerless and helpless about, you put that under here, like, this is the universe. So you leave it up to headquarters to sort out, right? So you're still doing something about it because you've thought about it, and now you let it go. You've sent a request to the universe so you can let it go. If you can't pay a bill and you worked hard and saved and you still can't pay a bill, you write that under God, right? So all these things that are outside your control, you write them down here so you can stop thinking about it. And in here you can write down your active worries. So that might be, I need to sort out my passport in time because I want to travel overseas, or I want to get a visa, and all those kind of things. So that's really important as well. And the other thing is, pull yourself back into the present, right? So worry is always about the future, so come back into the present. Sometimes that's all you can do because you're so overwhelmed. So you just say, look around the room, and you reassure your body, I am safe. Like, nothing is happening right now. I'm sitting on the chair. I'm breathing in fresh air. I'm safe in my house. Everything is under control. And you just talk to yourself like that, and you feel your body calm down. So just coming back into the present. So the last one I want to do with you is do meditation to pull you back into your body. So most people today are living just ahead of their body, like up and out in the front. So their attention is literally like a bubble stuck out of the front, and this is where anxiety happens. And it's just the way we've been shaped during our childhood, and you know, we go to school and everything else that's put into us, and then when we watch that we're bombarded by television and everything else, it all has the effect that it pulls us out of our body, right? And so this is where anxiety happens out here and worry, but anxiety literally can't happen when we're back in our bodies. So the best way to do that and to restore a nervous system that feels calm and rejuvenated and that knows how to snap out of worry, in my opinion, one of the best ways is to meditate regularly, like every day. Spend some time meditating. Either you listen to a meditation, or you listen to some music, or you sit outside under a tree. It can be stillness, or it can be like a guided meditation that I'm going to do with you right now. Okay. And so the purpose is to to bring you back into your body and to make you feel settled inside your body, right? Sometimes this might be a new concept to you, but sometimes I've had clients who've come to me and they literally ask me, Grada, can you help me to come back into my body? Like, I know that I'm not properly inside my body. I'm always getting pulled out, getting literally yanked out of it by life, and I want to come back into my body. And so I've helped people to come back in when I do healing work with them, and sometimes it's been a painful process. Like, people, it hurts them because their body hurts, or they have hurtful memories in their body, and that's the reason why they're not inside their bodies, because it's been too painful. But they always feel better when more of their essence and presence is back in their body where it belongs, because you've been given your body for a reason, right? You're not meant to be spirit yet. You're meant to be the best human version of yourself right now. And that's what the universe wants for you. And I mean, your life, your body, every cell of your body, your whole beingness has been planned by the universe for eons ago, right? Your life today, in the present moment, none of that is accidental. It's all been planned. So you are important and your life matters, and it matters to the universe that you feel good in your body. So I'm just going to do a guided meditation, which will probably take 10 minutes, and that will help you to feel refreshed and better in yourself. So I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes, feel your bottom on the chair or wherever you're sitting. And don't do this when you're driving, by the way. So if you're driving and you need to turn this video off now, or pull over and listen to the video, because sometimes people fall asleep when they listen to my meditation. So just close your eyes and just feel the uprightness of your body, like your spine, how it's supporting you, how strong it is, your inner strength. Your nervous system flows through there, the energy, the divine energy comes through the top of your head, flows down the back of your neck, into your spine, into your bottom, down through your legs, down out through your feet. And just imagine your feet are connecting into Mother Earth, like a tree that has roots. So today we're using the tree image. And the roots of the tree are always at least as deep as the top of the tree on the outside. So we can't see the roots, but they have to go very, very deep to support the outside structure. So just take your energy through your feet into the ground and go at least 10 or 20 or 30 meters deep. Just see how far you can go. Maybe you can go 40 meters or 50 meters deep. Very, very deep. The deeper you go, the calmer you feel. It's nice and cooling in there, and calm and peaceful. It's like all the sounds are muffled. It's very still. Just allow your body to feel the silence. And then you can come back up a little bit, maybe halfway up the root system. And you become aware of roots that are also spreading out sideways. So just follow some of those sideways shoots of this particular tree that resembles you today. And when you go all the way to the tip of that root system, you become aware that you're connected with the roots of another tree. And you become curious who that tree might be. You didn't know that those roots are busy connecting and exchanging energy and information and resources and strength and support. And you just go up to that tree, and then you realize it belongs to a friend, somebody who showed up for you in a very special way. to be your friend, to give you support and love just when you needed it. Maybe an unexpected gesture. Could have been a neighbor, somebody on the street, or a true friend. And then you say thank you, you feel supported. You go back down, back into your own root system. And just go down again. See how deep you can go this time, maybe 60 meters or 70. All the way into the ground, into Mother Earth that's nurturing you. And then you go out the other side, so you go to opposite side where you were before. And maybe you only need to go 1 or 2 meters. And you realize you're connected on this side too, to another wonderful person, a friend, somebody who showed up for you, another human being, somebody who helped you, who looked after you, who nurtured you, just when you needed it. Somebody that was sent to you by the universe. So just bring to mind that person. Could have been a teacher at school, when you were little. Or could even be a pet that you've had, a dog or a horse, somebody that you felt a soul connection to. And just allow that beautiful exchange to be felt in the cells of your body, that you are not alone. You're part of a network, you're interconnected. You're not doing this alone. You're surrounded by friendship, love, protection, peace and harmony. And just to recognize that this is true, this is the ultimate truth. And then you go back to your center. So imagine you're the tree, you go back into the taproot, it goes down. And just see how far down you've been able to go now, maybe 70 or 80 meters. And the deeper you go, the better it feels, like the more connection you have in your body and the more strength and the calmer you feel. And it's like, okay, worries don't really happen in this place, because you know everything has been planned down to the finest detail. And you're part of this big plan, the divine plan. And so now you realize your own root system is surrounded by other wonderful creatures and creations, whether it's humans or animals or plant kingdom or invisible beings, all reaching out to you and you're reaching out to them, all sharing the divine energy connection. And just allow the roots of your tree, which is you, which is your base chakra, to absorb as much loving, supportive energy as possible today. Just fill up your tanks, fill up your nervous system with the pure energy of support, and wisdom, resources, connections, opportunities, miracles, fresh energy, vitality, ideas, happiness, just whatever you wish for, you can pull it into your being from the universe directly. And then when you've had enough for today, you can come back up through the soil, into the soles of your feet. Allow this energy to go into your legs, your knees, your skeleton, your bones, your thighs, your hips, your pelvic area. Just see the whole pelvic area fill up with this beautiful color of vitality. Usually it's a reddish color, helping you to be strong and connected to your inner strength. And then come back up through all the colors of the rainbow, like orange for your tummy, yellow for your stomach, green for your heart, blue or turquoise for your neck and shoulders, lilac, indigo for your third eye, for your head, and then lilac at the top. And finishing with the purest white you can ever imagine, and just feeling refreshed and connected. And then you feel the life force flowing through your body, and you keep your attention in the back of your head, and then you can open your eyes. And this meditation takes about 10 minutes, so that's a great meditation to help you see the reality of your life, that the universe is your best friend. And if you didn't know that, now you can start creating a true friendship with the universe. And it means getting to know the universe in a different way, expecting good things to come your way, like good luck, support. Instead of expecting disasters, you can expect wonderful surprises and gifts. And if you feel worried, you just say, I'm open to gifts. Because worrying is a thinking process, and our body can only think one thought at a time. So you can replace that thought by just saying, I'm open to gifts. I'm open to happy surprises. So I hope that you found this helpful. And I wish you a really, really good week. Thanks for tuning in. Big hug and love from me. And see you next week. Bye.